Hey everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. This is Jackass Retro. My name is Matt. I'm a full-time reseller based here in Bremerton, Washington. It's Tuesday night, January 12th, right about 9:30 p.m. is when I'm recording this. Started off as a pretty slow day in sales, but ended up actually being pretty darn good. A lot of kind of bread and butter stuff for me, and some pretty interesting things as well. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it. First thing first, we got boring video game. This is something D Secret Stage D for PSP. This is the Japan import, $39.95. I don't know where I got this. I feel like I've had it for a while. It says Japan only. I put that in the listing. You know, like I said, video games. Everyone's got them. Everyone sells them. Whoop-de-doo, I sold one. Hooray! All right, next. This one, I really like selling this kind of stuff, and even though it's not big money, it's a little Spartus alarm clock. It is pink. I don't know how well it's going to show up in the light there. So it's a little bit unique. This is something I picked up at the only live estate sale I went to in Washington this year. This sold for $17.05. I'm gonna ship it free first class. Probably cost me $4. So $13. It was, part of a big bundle deal that I've already made all my money on that garage sale. So it's essentially pure profit. Always just how I like it. Now this next item is a directory of public camp and picnic areas in Northern Region National Forest. This is from 1965, and it's got a little extra piece of ephemera in here. It's just kind of like a disclaimer on, here's some changes we made since we published this. Now, this kind of stuff, I find all the time. It's usually you'll find a box of this kind of stuff at a garage sale or a yard sale. You can usually get the whole box for like $5 or $10. Sometimes if you go rooting around in places that they've forgotten about, you can usually get that kind of stuff for this kind of stuff anyways for free. So I have no recollection of where I bought this. It was probably in one of those boxes, probably have pennies into this. And it sold for $13.95 free shipping. Depending on where my weight comes in, I'm guessing probably 5 ounces. I can either send it out medium mail, or if it's somewhere close by, like California, Oregon, somewhere in the Northwest, I may just opt to send it out first class, get it to the customer quicker. Even though it's a few cents more, better customer experience, and that's something I care about. Call me crazy. All right, next up. This was actually on my Fast and Furious Bremerton thrift video a couple back. I paid $1 for this at my local Goodwill, and it sold for $12.95, free shipping. Probably go 8-ounce rate, so $3-4. So $1 into 8 net at maybe 6 after fees. Easy. 2 pictures. That's it. All right. Next up, got a few postcards. Now, I know there's some people out there who are not really into this, think it's boring. I'm going to just take a pause for a second. I think it's kind of funny when people say, like, oh, ephemera, postcards, it's so boring. And then these are the same people who are out there, like, selling a pair of shoes or a shirt. Like, it's a shirt. What's exciting about a shirt? You're calling something like a postcard that's been essentially a piece of art created by somebody, beautifully printed in a lot of cases, or photography on that. That's boring. The amount of information and the story behind these things, you don't get that with a Patagonia shirt. Just saying. So here's the postcards. And by the way, you can find Jackass Retro on Facebook. There is a Facebook page, and I post galleries fairly regularly, about once every 2 weeks. So if you're into postcards or you just want to see some more postcards, and I try to keep it only the ones that I actually end up putting online in my store. There are a lot of postcards. I go through quite a few. I'd say maybe 10 or 20% actually make it online. In fact, you probably can't see it so well if we move aside Wharf here. This entire pile back here is just postcards that I went through that I'm not going to list. I will probably lot those up into groups of thousands or maybe with similar content and just blow them out cheap. So, what I put on Facebook are all the individual postcards that I find interesting or have some value or have a market. And percentage wise, I'd say that maybe 25%, probably more like 10 or 15% of the cards that I acquire actually get online, but the numbers still work out in such a way that it's totally fine. Literally have pennies into most of these, and if I can turn pennies into dollars, I'm going to keep doing that any day. So first one is actually a lot of two postcards. This is San Francisco Cliff House. I am not sure, so we're just going to go ahead and pop these up on screen like there. We've got before and after the fire. There's actually two cliff houses, and you'll see that there's one that's got all the towery look, and then there's one that's like a little more squat and almost like a stone looking building. So that is because it was caught fire and then they rebuilt it. So that's the story with that. So that wasn't big money, $8.95 free shipping. Usually these sell for like in the like $2 to $3 range. I want to get a little bit more out of the transaction, so I just pair them together, and there you go. Next one is another postcard. This is a courthouse from a large collection of courthouses that I built. It's the Greene County Courthouse in Carrollton, Texas. I put this one up, and it had 3 watchers overnight, and I got an offer right away. I had it up for $54.95, and I went back and forth with one prospective buyer, and I did go down to 40. I probably could have milked a little bit more out of it. Like I said, it was kind of a slow day up until a certain point, so I was like, let's take the money. I think the one that sold this and what got it the interest is probably the cars that are sitting in the foreground. If you'll look in the picture here, you'll see a sort of like old school Woody wagon. I think that probably is what caught it. And I did have, I think, cars in the subject line. So, that kind of thing can often sell a photo postcard. Next one is a, oh, and by the way, the customer did pay shipping for that card. The next one is a local card. This is a Big 4 Mountain and Big 4 Glacier in Big 4, Washington. This one I've actually had up for almost 2 years. This is one of the first postcards that I ever listed. It is a real photo, and it sold for $7 plus shipping. I did take an offer. And generally speaking, my pricing structure for postcards is if I'm firm on price and it's kind of a low price card, I always include shipping. If it's a card that I think I can get more out of, I'll usually price high and always charge shipping. But I also, if a customer buys one card from me, every other card in their order will ship for free with no limit, and that includes both domestic and international. So I think it's a pretty good deal. Not a lot of customers take me up on it, even though it's in all my listings. Finally, Easter postcard. This one's, again, I've had this one up for almost 2 years. It's a foreign card, I believe Scandinavian, just by the Frolic Ostern that is on there. See, there's like Scandinavian, Norwegian, or perhaps German, maybe a little bit of both. I don't know. Didn't look it up, but anyways, it sold for $7.38 and free shipping. I'm noticing that some of the Easter cards are selling right now. I really didn't have enough of them up last holiday season throughout the year, like for any specific holiday, to really notice trends of when they sell. But that's the second Easter card that I've sold in 2 weeks. Christmas was selling back at the end of summer. So I'm getting the sense that the holiday cards, even though they do kind of trickle out all year, that they do tend to sell in greater quantity well before the holiday actually comes up. Not sure why that is, but I'm sure I'll figure it out one day. I do have a few records that are going out. Actually, 4 records. First, we'll kind of just go through these real quick. One thing I like about selling records is that it is a pretty diverse clientele. You know, you have a whole bunch of different niche collector markets within the larger collector market of LPs and records and audiophiles and music. So first is a DJ 12-inch 45. This is Camouflage. Heaven, I Want You, and Heaven Can Wait, I believe. Heaven, I Want You, and Heaven, I Want You, with a couple different mixes. This is $12.95 plus shipping. This came out of a recent record buy that I made, which honestly, it's the fastest I've ever gone into the black on a single record purchase. Next up, I've got Music of the Cosmos. This is selections from the original PBS documentary with Carl Sagan. You know, I've never actually run across. This is the first one I've ever had. It sold for $20, $19.95 plus shipping. Just really cool album art. I think somebody's going to really enjoy this. Next is 2 more records, and it's kind of weird. I think I have like 6 records that are in my UV section. I alphabetize all my records, and 2 sold out of that section. 2 of my 4 were out of the U's. So I thought that was just, you know, eBay is weird sometimes. So this is Uncle Bonsai. The name of the record is A Lonely Grain of Corn. I'm going to guess country. I didn't actually listen to it. It's got some autographs on the front. So that probably is what helps sell it. Autographs usually do. And this one sold on a offer to a watcher for $11.65 plus shipping. And finally, I do have one more actually though. U2 War, probably one you know. It's got Sunny Bloody Sunday, Red Light, Surrender, pretty famous record. $19.95 plus shipping. And last couple, and then we'll be wrapping up here, is Eddie Dutchin's. It's just a piano music book. Sold $11.95 free shipping. I am sitting on a backstock of a ridiculous amount of sheet music. I have done very well with it over time, and I really probably need to get some more of it up there. And last but not least is a Laserdisc collection, The Golden Age of Science Fiction Thrillers Part 2. And this has been up a while. This one, I just sent out a 10% off offer to some of my older listings. And this one, somebody took me up on it for $12.55 plus shipping. They're like $17, $18 all in. And then that's it. So thank you very much for tuning in. If you like these kind of like what sold videos, hopefully they give you some ideas on other things that you can look for. You know, it's a lot of bread and butter stuff and easy stuff to ship, to be honest. So it's stuff I like to sell. Finally, you know, I made some tweaks from the video yesterday. Got a new microphone hooked up, kind of changed up the lighting a little bit. Hopefully things look a little bit better. If you could please let me know down in the comments, or maybe just hit the like button. You want to see more content like this, please subscribe. I do go live from time to time, so we'd love to have you. And thank you so much for watching. And well, for me, have a great night. For you, have a great whatever it is.